Hello, everybody, and welcome to Task Force Unlikely, episode 22. 3? We're getting there. 23.
Oh, jeez.
We've been doing this for almost a year. Episode 23, Shadow Crossing. So, last time, the group they started in the Obsidian Citadel, and talked about some stuff and decided to go below the city, where they walked through an avenue of abandoned temples to various drow and underdark gods, and they found a super magical sword that Gayle took, and it's very magical. Then went into a back chamber behind one of the other temples and found a weird blasted landscape where eventually they found the artifact they were looking for, the artifact that Orcus wants, the Guardian's Tear, being guarded by one of Tarbek's ancestors, Tarbek the Stranger. They gathered that and went back to the Obsidian Citadel, so we are going to start in said Obsidian Citadel. Liz is not with us tonight, Gayle, so Gayle will be quiet / stay behind for the next 2 adventures. We'll be Gayle-less for 2 episodes. Okay.
Dealing with some family issues.
So
Gayle is.
Yes.
Too soon.
Liz, I think, is in New York City.
New York City? Okay. Joke only me and my wife make. Whoa.
Salsa.
There we go. Thank you. What would you guys like to do?
First of all, I would like to... this is... Just so we're clearing things up, because I got a whole canon for Tarbek's background. I'm assuming the Guardian's Tear was probably keeping Tarbek the Stranger from aging that much.
Yes.
Okay. Like, yeah, I don't need an excuse for the other one, because she's like 1/4 Azer or something, but I had to explain that away.
Yeah, and to be honest, he doesn't look great. He's very old, but no, his duty and his proximity to the Tear was somehow prolonging his life.
How you feeling there, buddy?
He says that, oh, yes, I'm tired.
Regular tired or existential tired?
Yes.
Yeah. You hit the nail,
all right.
You hit the nail right on the head there.
Well, I do have a lot of hammers. Gonna give him a nice clap on the back.
Ow.
Not too hard, so I don't knock him over. Probably gonna have a bit of a private family conversation in a bit, but for now, I think we do need to get this Tear to the Shadowfell.
Okay. So, you all make your way back to the Obsidian Citadel, and Tarbek the Stranger nods at the Citadel and says, "Who's been keeping the place?"
Elf by the name of checking my notes. Valtha the Undying. Don't know if you remember her.
He'll say it's It's all coming back. Okay for an elf.
Different time, guys. Different time. Very, very different. About at least 800 years ago. Maybe longer.
He will start to slowly shuffle towards the entrance of the Citadel.
I'm gonna help him up.
Okay.
Give him a little sort of, make sure he doesn't have a slip on the stairs.
Make sure his life alert's in place.
Exactly.
Okay, so you help him in. He nods and he starts to shuffle towards a wing of the Citadel that you guys haven't really explored. And he says, "Go talk to Valtha. I'm going to go see if my old things are still here."
Wow. All right. Let's go talk to. You sure you don't want any help with that, or?
He says, "No. More. You have more important things to deal with. I'll be right up."
All right then. So yeah, if everyone's all right with it, Valtha.
Okay. So heading up the stairs, avoiding the one trap on the stairs, you all head into her little office chamber scrying room, and she looks up expectantly at all of you and says, how did it go?"
Well, it went all right, and Tarbek's gonna scratch his chin and just, a couple of issues can count. Oh, and then he's gonna pull out the Guardian's tear.
Shock gasp emoji.
And it kind of the little stone case he made for it pops open as he does so.
She will tentatively step forward and tentatively step forward and kind of reach out to just feel near it.
Careful, it's very dangerous. I think.
She'll nod and she'll say, "Well, excellent. It is found and in safe hands and no longer under that city. So we should move on to phase 2 of this plan that we're making up on the fly." She will say, "Personally, I believe it is safest in the Shadowfell with the Raven Queen, but I am certainly open to other possibilities or suggestions."
Well, normally I might suggest a Dwarven Vault, but that would involve Orcus repeatedly and angrily attacking said Dwarven Vault, so I don't know if that's a great idea.
If we're going to send him anywhere, send him to Shadowfell.
I like that idea. Although I admit I've got some mixed experiences with the Shadowfell, particularly those magic weapons that tend to come out of there.
She'll say,
They're very tricky.
I won't say there aren't issues, but one can only hope that that by its very nature, this artifact won't become corrupted in any way based on its pure randomness and the anti-magic field it produces.
I do have a question, though. You know how, like, the Shadowfell is kind of a weird mirror dimension kind of thing? Is that going to create, like, an equally powerful, Guardians, I don't know, guardian saliva on this side of the portal or whatever?
She will say you shouldn't say like things like that in front of the dungeon master. But
Oh, shit.
Also, yeah, that.
God damn it.
But no, she will say
It's the third time I've done it.
she will say
Yes, you'll learn eventually.
Will he?
she will say, I know of other artifacts that have gone across into the plane of shadow, and they leave no such echo.
Well, all right then, let's put that sucker in.
Please.
She will say,
Open the portal and just yeet.
she will say, as
Navira doesn't know why, but she smacks Tarbek on the back of the head.
as great as that would be, and truly meme-worthy, it would be best if we escorted it to the Fortress of Memories and the Raven Queen.
Kaw's just gonna kind of tilt her head, look back at her, and repeat, "We?"
Well,
Sorry, you cut out a bit there.
I did, or I haven't said anything. I'm just making noises.
Oh, I thought
Jay?
you were like, your mouth moved and I didn't hear anything.
Oh, now I'm kind of hemming and hawing. She will say, well, technically, if I go back to the Shadowfell, I die. So I was hoping you all could do it.
That is a very interesting and important detail to leave out until just this moment.
Yeah, I was hoping
Yes.
it wouldn't come to that. My duty is here. My duty is nearly complete with this. I probably will not have long to live anyway, but I still would prefer to not die instantly upon going to the Shadowfell as I age.
Right, the Shattered
crap
guy
ton.
have that thing and the... Yeah. Speaking of aging, is my grandpa gonna... How long do you think he's got left? Oh, by the way, you know anyone by the name of Tarbek the Stranger? Older Tarbek? Little like me, maybe a little bit lighter skin, a little bit scruffier, not quite as bald, but still pretty bald.
She will nod and say, "Yes, that does seem familiar. I'm sorry I did not put it together earlier. I've met a lot of dwarves over the years. I did not know how common a name Tarbek is."
It's actually very common. There's 3 in my family that I can think of right now. But yeah, he's in the other room right now, getting his old things.
She'll say the effects of the tear, if he was exposed to them for a long time, he's the only case study in existence. I imagine if he seems in good health, he would not die anytime soon. He might just continue aging normally from now.
Good health might be a bit of a stretch, but, you know, I'm sure he'd like to meet you. Apparently he remembers a little bit about you, but it's been hundreds of years, probably.
She'll nod and say, yes, well, I wish I had better news to share with him, but as you can see, this is it. It's me and him, so...
All right. Maybe you can fill him in on the events of the past 800 years.
I can certainly try.
So Waterdeep is humans now?
So they've really let it go to shit then.
Different time. Different time.
My reply is no.
I mean, it's about to be overrun by Swobold, so...
Yeah.
All right.
He'll be super thrilled about that. No, he doesn't care. He's just old.
I know the type.
So she will say, obviously, if you do not wish to do it, I will find someone else or think of another way to do it.
All right, we'll do it. Just stop doing the guilt trip thing. We understand.
Well,
I mean, I was about to agree with her. The longer we stay here, the more likely Orcus is to find us and actually take the artifact. And, you know, either I die trying to prevent that, or we don't prevent that and we all die. So I say we go with option C, take the artifact.
She will say, excellent. This is good. We are going to do this.
You don't sound so sure.
She says, it has been a long time since I have been to the Shadowfell, but it is a notoriously terrible place.
It's called the Shadowfell.
Yes, the Grimdark was taken.
Sorry.
She will say, there is a shadow crossing here in the Citadel that I can give you access to. You will have to cross the Oblivion Bog to get to Dead Man's Cross, where you can use the cross to take a shadow path to the Fortress of Memories. What, does this sound weird to you?
No.
Well, it's only the natural progression of locations.
Yes.
What was that final
As far
thing?
as Lady Kaw is concerned, she just heard a normal set of directions.
Yes. Uh-huh. Sure. So it's the Oblivion Bog to Dead Man's Cross, where you can take another shadow crossing to the Fortress of Memories.
The fuck is this? The never-ending story? Sorry. That doesn't exist in Faerun.
Are you sure?
It might. It's a very D&D-like story. That horse failed his strength check.
Now it was a will save, and now we're all sad, Marty. Damn you.
I'm not Marty.
Now, Marty...
Yeah, but he mentioned it in chat,
He mentioned
too.
it in chat.
Oh. Sorry.
Okay. So, she will say, is there anything you would like to do before we go? She will point to Gayle and say, I think it's best if Gayle stays here. There are some complications with Drow in the Shadowfell. And for her safety, I think she should stay here. Please no one argue, because I don't think I can roleplay Gayle appropriately. I will not do it justice.
I don't think anyone except Liz.
It's just Liz.
She is the one.
Plus, no one can roll dice as well as she does on skill checks. Yeah, Gayle, when you're here, you might want to ask a couple questions about the whole, with the spider lady. I'm going to let you choose how much you want to talk about that.
If you want to do it at all.
Yeah. She'll
pointedly at Tarbek.
She'll shrug and say, I don't know what you're talking about.
Good.
All right, then.
Yes.
think that's as Liz as I'm going to get about this. Let's see.
Kaw would like to ask for a favor, if possible.
Sure.
So she is going to just kind of walk up to Valta's scrying mirror, kind of indicate it, and sing a little bird song. I'm asking her to check on my donkey because I do not have my 5th level spell slot.
She will nod and say, please, of course.
Okay. I can't do that myself right now.
Oh, she will say, I'm sorry, where would you like me to look?
It's this little place in Waterdeep, and then I'll describe where it is.
Okay. She will wave her hands over the mirror and cast the spell, and you can see the little front yard, and Birdsong is just sitting in the front yard and has mowed has essentially started to mow the lawn and is just contentedly eating grass right now.
Okay, Kaw feels way better.
I think we all do, actually.
Okay.
Are my nephews there yet?
Let's see. It's only been a couple days, so if they're walking from Neverwinter or taking a boat, they'll still have... If they're taking a boat, they'll probably arrive in the next 2 days. If they're walking, they still probably have 4 or 5 days, more likely.
Yeah.
But they should be there soon.
Don't trust Birdsong entirely to guard the house.
Oh. You didn't check on the inside of the house.
Thankfully, we keep our gold with us.
The wagon has a lock. I'm sure it's fine.
True, Gayle probably has the whole place trapped and locked, so...
I mean, it's not like sleight of hand is a skill made especially for lockpicking.
No. Who would be good at sleight of hand? No one here. Yeah, no one here. I don't have a 5 tonight.
But where'd the mirror go? Okay. Anything else?
I would like to go talk to if no one else has anything. Anyone else wanna? All right, I am gonna go say a proper goodbye to good old Grandpa.
Okay. He has reappeared from the wing of the house that he went into, and he's adjusting some very old armor onto himself. It fits a lot more loosely than it looks like it once did. But he's adjusting it, and he's kind of straightened up his beard a bit. Not tied it into a full like war braid or anything, but he's tied it off so it's a little more put together, combed his hair back a little bit. And he nods at you, Tarbek, and he says, excellent. Yes. Nobody touched my stuff. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Glad to hear it. And I'll help him straighten up his armor if he needs it. I feel like I'd be good at that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, we're ready to go whenever you are. Sorry, do you want to? You know what? Maybe you should stay here. I don't know if it's the safest thing for you to be running into the. We're going to the Shadowfell, by the way.
He'll say, I think right now I'd be more of a detriment than an asset. I'm still not totally back but he will reach to his side and pick up a hammer, and he hands it to you, Tarbek, and he says, "But you should have this."
I'd sort of like to hold it in my hand, sort of feel the weight of it, and I'm gonna sort of look at him and say, "Is this what I think it is?"
That depends on what you think it is. He says it is one of the Cinderbeard ancestral hammers.
That's exactly what I thought it was. Wow. There are only 12, maybe, still of these left in existence. I don't know if they made any more than that. I must say I'm very touched. Are you sure you're okay giving this to me?
He says, "Of course. No. You... I've not known you very long. Quite a short time, but I can tell that you deserve to have that."
Well, I'm sort of going to say, arms spread out. What can I say? Where do you think I get it from? And then I'm going to give him a big hug.
And he'll, pat you on the back heavily a couple times. And,
Clang.
yeah, it's sparks flying.
A little bit of scraping metal. Oh, don't worry, I can fix that.
Oh, it sounds terrible. It hurts.
All right. No, and then after that sort of heartfelt scene, I will, I'm assuming I need to spend some time attuning to this hammer.
Yes.
I have a pretty good idea of what it is, but I'd like to know the stats.
So, you use a war hammer, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think you used them all, because you have a shield, right?
No, I have a shield,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
And I'm also not proficient with them all.
Really?
Dwarves get War Axe and Warhammer. They do not get Maul or Great Axe.
Okay. So it is a +1 Warhammer.
All right.
It has 6 charges. You can spend 4 charges to cast Legend Lore on a weapon. And 2 charges, if you hit with a melee attack, you can have someone make a DC 15 saving throw, or they are stunned.
That's pretty sweet.
And I said it was
all right.
I said it was +1, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just gotta finish typing this into my sheet, and I'm gonna. Yeah, no, I'm proud to have this ancestral hammer, and I will. I'm going to say. I am gonna give my old hammer to my grandfather.
Okay.
My great etc. grandfather.
You called him good old grandpa earlier, and I like that as shorthand for way great.
Good old grandpa.
Good old grandpa. He will take the hammer and admire your craftsmanship and talk about how it's weighted well and kind of some line about how it's good to see that they haven't lost a step or anything like that. So.
And now I can add my Artisan's Blessing to my full plate, which gives me an AC of 22.
I'm an idiot. Okay.
You're our favorite idiot, though.
Yeah, but you're our idiot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Okay. Anything else? Okay. So if you go back up to Volta, she takes you to another part of this citadel. And it's some cobwebby old part. She lights a couple candles and torches, and she takes a sheet off of a large standing mirror, and if you look into the mirror, you can see kind of in the background of this room, it appears like there are a bunch of skeletons littering the floor in the reflection of the mirror. I mean, looking behind you, they aren't there, but in the mirror they are.
Eddie, can I detect, like, shadow crossings? Do I have the ability to detect shadow crossings with my divine sense? Is that a thing? Like, are they, like, consecrated or desecrated land?
They would be desecrated, yes.
Okay, good to know.
They are places of great darkness, so...
Alright, I'll tuck that info in my back pocket for later. And seeing the skeletons in the mirror, the mirror's just, like, glancing at Kaw, like, looking for some sort of explanation. If she has any.
Reply hazy. Try again.
Gonna assume it's bad.
Yes.
Well,
Look,
there's no
whatever's
point in hesitating.
whatever's behind the door or whatever's behind the portal, we can face it together.
It is decidedly so.
Alright. Who first? I mean, without the rope to check for traps.
That would be one of us. Should we draw straws for it, or... Okay, I'll go first.
Okay. So as Tarbek steps in front of the mirror, his reflection appears to be... it's still obviously Tarbek, but his face is much gaunter, and his hair is thinning and white, and his beard is kind of straggly and white. And there is a flashing red, deep red glow about his eyes, but his armor is decadent and perfect.
Shadowfell me has good taste.
Dorian Gray, this shit. Cool.
Gonna walk right on in.
And the mirror kind of shimmers as if Tarbek is stepping into a lake, and he walks through it.
Navira will bow elegantly in an after you gesture to Kaw. We're just gonna sandwich you between the tanks.
Goes next.
Okay. So, Kaw, your reflection, all of your robes are drained of their color. They appear tattered and drab. You have a veil over your face, so it's hard to see your expression. And you no longer have bangles made of metal or jewels. They appear to be made of bone.
Fun.
Love the nice long evil sip you took after that, Andy.
Yes. Yes.
All walks through the mirror.
Okay. And it ripples once again.
My turn.
Navira, your horns are long and chipped, and your armor is black and blood-soaked. Just head to toe dripping blood.
Oh god, I'm soggy again. Alright, Navira's seen worse. Still keep moving.
Okay. And walks through. The three of you appear in a dimly lit swamp. looking up in the sky, it's almost impossible to tell if it is night or day. There is no sun, there is no moon, there are no stars. The wood around you is dead, is the only way to describe it. None of the trees have any life about them, and the ground is murky and burbling. You can see
Burbling.
You can see in the distance there appears to be lights of a village, but other than that, it's for a swamp, it's starkly quiet and lifeless.
She gave us directions to the Citadel, right?
She did. She would have given you a little
Okay,
map.
good. Just realized we didn't ask for those.
All right,
Did
trying to
not
squelch our way across the bog.
Start squelching. What'd you say, Jay?
we did not ask for directions because they were provided.
Yes. I'm not going to hang you guys out. Well, nobody asked for directions, and the Shadow Crossing's closed. Everyone die in the Shadowfell now.
Just lay down face first in the bog. That's your only other
That's
option.
the fastest way. No.
Yeah, Tarbek's gonna kind of spread out so he doesn't sink in his heavy armor.
Yeah. You need snowshoes.
And that's
Yeah.
how Task Force Unlikely became bog mummies.
No, bog mummies are no good. They eat shifts.
I can't
And
even
drain your
stone
levels.
shape the bog. Can I stone shape the bog?
Nothing around here seems stone shapeable.
Worst place ever. Where'd they even get the metal for the sword?
Not here. That's the maybe somewhere else, but not here.
So far, Kaw's still just kind of standing there, looking at the night sky.
You look like you've been here before, Kaw.
Yes.
Is that something you want to talk about?
Let's begin later.
It's best not to talk about experiences in places like this while you're in places like this.
That makes sense.
Well, this beats a flesh pit any day. Let's keep moving.
As they're walking, Kaw's gonna root around for big, long sticks, because walking sticks are very useful in bogs where you slightly sink into the ground.
Okay. Yeah, you can hedging closer to some of the trees, you can find thin fallen branches that would do well as pseudo walking sticks.
She will distribute them to the party.
Thank you.
Okay.
I don't know if I can wrap some rags around the top of mine and use it as a torch as well, but a little bit of light in here might be nice.
So yeah, if you take some.
Doesn't one of us have the light cantrip?
Oh, right. Yeah, never mind.
Want to do like?
Best not to set fire to things in a bog.
Yeah, right. Oh, Tarbek will, tuck his beard inside his armor.
Kaw, do you use the light cantrip?
Yes.
Okay. You notice that its radius is diminished by about half, so it does not extend light very far. It's the
Not surprised by this.
Yep. Plane of shadows. Okay. So you all start walking. You all start sloshing and
There we go.
squelching. Okay. That's fine. Okay. And as you do, as you start walking. Can I don't know. We'll just go off of passive perception for this.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
So
I see it.
yeah, so Kaw sees it is why I'm doing it. So in the distance, you can see nothing aggressive or anything like that, but just other things in the swamp, just kind of on the corners, illuminated by either their own light sources or whatever fickle light there is ambiently. And
There's a joke I really want to make here, but you're all going to be so mad at me.
Go on.
If you're gonna what?
I don't know if I can even do it right now. Suddenly you hear those things say, "What are you doing in my swamp?"
I like that boulder. That is a nice boulder.
And just said swamp, and that was the first thing that popped into my mind. This is your fault, Andy. Not
You making fun of my accent?
It's not my fault you chose the Shrek accent.
wow.
Ah, fuck, I did.
Not Scottish anymore. Now it's the Shrek accent.
Yeah.
Try to do like a muted Scottish. Specifically to avoid this. Oh.
Too bad. It only took 23 episodes?
Yeah, it's the first one.
Exactly. So we got 22 more to go before we're all caught up.
So, in the distance, you can see moving trees, treants, kind of dragging their way and rippling through the swamp. Nothing towards you or anything, but you can just see them in the distance moving. And another thing over across the way from them are creatures that look like that.
Oh,
Not
hi.
not the gazer, that one.
Hello. Bodak.
Bodax.
Mira, you're muted.
Bog mummy.
Okay.
It's a bog mummy, yep.
Mira called it.
So nothing approaching you, but they, with the sharp eyes of the party, you can all see them. And they're not trying to be hidden or anything, but...
I imagine that they wouldn't have any need to be in a place like this.
Alright. I don't know if I
Sword
can...
drawn. Keep squelching forward.
Yeah, I've got my holy symbol in one hand and my shield in the other. Well, actually, I guess my holy symbol's probably on my shield. Whatever. I'm ready to cast Turn Undead, is my point.
Okay.
Switch, 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 switch.
As you squelch and squitch, you can see the little light of the village is getting closer, and there appears to be raised above the swamp. There are 5 little huts on big stilts with a small island in the middle of them that appears to have a big pile of sticks on it.
Still hut, still hut, still hut. It's another Bob's Burgers reference.
Coming out of the woodwork with the references today.
I don't know if I was even directly quoting something. It was just still hut is a Bob's Burgers thing.
It's okay. I like Bob's Burgers. I haven't seen that episode.
Yeah. Oh, it's one of the best ones. It's the Carpe Museum.
Mm.
So good.
Oh, that is a good one.
How did you survive? Wine thermos.
What would you guys like to do?
just some camps and what might end up being a big bonfire.
Mm-hmm.
No real signs of life or no sounds of activity.
Scanning, you can see what looks like on the far side of the stick pile. It's a little hard to make them out from this distance, but it does look like there are a couple people sitting over there.
They're standing very, very still with sword drawn.
I like that you two are just like so completely on edge, and Kaw's just like, Tuesday again.
Yeah, didn't make fun of your homes.
No problem.
Question:
Pretty
Do I currently look like myself or the Shadowfell version of myself?
You look like regular Tarbek.
Okay.
Yeah. You all look normal. So.
For now. Okay, no response to that. I'm nervous now.
Well.
So, they all look... They don't look hostile. There's no...
No. Looks like they're sitting from where you guys are standing.
It's not like we're without the party member who's actually willing to talk to people.
Yeah, like, also Kaw's just gonna go in.
Tarbek is willing, but he's bad at it.
Okay.
I surprisingly have a very high charisma score. I'm just not good at this.
So Kaw strikes out in front of the rest of the group and starts to walk around the little earth moat island thing. And as you get closer, Kaw, you notice two things. One, those people are tied in place sitting down. They are bound. Their wrists, feet, and mouths are gagged. And two, you're pretty sure they're Vistani. They are dressed very colorfully and in clothes you would recognize as common amongst the Vistani.
Okay, so we shop at the same stores. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Vistani RS.
Yeah. And after that, they go to Canadian
How
Vardo.
far away are they, and how far away is the members of my party at the moment?
Also, how close are they to the bonfire?
Also, the bonfire's not lit.
The bonfire is not lit yet, but they are
Still.
not far from it. They're maybe 15 feet. Distance from Kaw is kind of going around. You're about 30 feet from them, and the party is not very far away from you. They're at most 60 feet.
As we start squelching forward, do we notice them struggling at all?
They seem panicked, for sure. But
Okay.
Yeah, no, Kaw's running toward them now.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, if Kaw's running, then I'm running.
Same. Squelch, squelch, squelch,
Yeah.
squelch, squelch.
Bring your knees up to your chest. Weapons above the muck.
I'm sort of paddling myself forward to keep myself from sinking with my walking stick.
Navira is having flashbacks to wading through the blood and viscera of her enemies.
This is not the first bog Navira has been in, but it is the first bog that is made of bog.
This one smells significantly less of iron.
Significantly more of... Ugh.
Yeah, you don't even know what.
There's a pleasant woody smell to this one. She likes it. At least this one doesn't smell like gore.
At the moment.
Okay.
Forget just how brutal Navira's backstory is sometimes. And then...
I mean, when you fight in the literal blood war, like on the front lines.
Yeah.
So Kaw clambers up the edge of the embankment and gets to the group, and there are 3 Vistani, a man, a woman, and a child.
Cool, we're taking off some gags and some binds.
Who would you like to do first?
The child.
The child? Okay, the child just starts weeping and saying thank you over and over again.
Then whichever one is closest to the child.
Her mother is next to her, and as soon as you ungag her, she leans in as close as she can to you and says, "Hags."
Nods. And goes freeze the husband.
Okay. So they all kind of, after you get, bits of them all free, they all pull off their ropes, undo their gags, make sure they're all okay, and look at you and thank you profusely, and comment that you do appear dressed similarly, and ask if you're familiar with the Vistani and what clan you're from, or tribe.
He's gonna respond yes.
Okay.
And that is a voice they may recognize if they've come across my family.
Okay. They will nod and say yes, of course. They'll say the hags will not be gone long. We should leave.
Yes.
They'll say we think our wagon is nearby. It's hard in these swamps, but we're pretty sure.
I can make that wagon into a sled in 5 seconds flat.
Yes, definitely.
However, when they say their wagon is nearby, they start to scan the bog, and they just look at each other confused and shake their head because they don't know which direction it's in.
How much wood would you say is here?
Oh, a decent amount. There's a big bonfire, and there's various kind of pieces of scrap wood amongst the...
Before you make a wagon...
Huh?
Before you make a wagon, can we locate a wagon?
I cast locate wagon.
I haven't seen the wagon, unfortunately.
What was my question? Because I don't know the rules for locate objects.
If it's described to me, would I be able to?
I have, in the past, I don't know if I've ever said it on the stream, but in my home game, I have said, if someone very descriptively describes it to you, I will let you cast locate object on it. And the man and woman can very extensively describe their wagon to you.
Okay, funny story. I don't have locate object prepared right now. Whoopsie doodle.
Well, it was a good thought, though.
We can look for it.
You can look for it.
Who would be good at that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I miss Gayle already. Do we see any wagons that's sticking out of the muck?
Nothing in the immediate vicinity.
Okay, I don't know if there's enough here for a whole wagon, but I'd like to make a very sturdy raft big enough for all of us, because I'm assuming the swamp is kind of mucky, right?
It's very mucky, for sure.
I'll create like a barge or a raft or type deal. And I'm going to use fabricate for that, which will take 10 minutes, if that's okay.
Okay.
I don't know if we have 10 minutes. I'm going to ask him beforehand. Do we have 10 minutes?
You can get 10 minutes into the casting of the spell. You can fabricate something.
It takes 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'll fabricate like a little barge, and then I'm going to cast, to get us a bit of a head start, animate objects. So this barge is going to come to life with all of us on it.
That was going to be my question. How do you make it move? Okay.
And I would like to follow that up with a pass without trace.
Okay.
This is a very good combo.
What does animate objects say for speed? What does it give it speed-wise?
1 second. Doesn't last that long, I don't think. But it gives it a speed of 30. Okay, so 30 feet, and it can hover because it does not have legs.
So Tarbek invented the hovercraft.
This is a hovercraft. We are on a swamp with a hovercraft.
Okay, you get a flying carpet, essentially. Okay.
That's basically what I was going for.
Yeah, so... Or a fan boat, even. Yeah, okay. So...
I'm going to cast protection from evil and good on the child.
Okay.
Good call. And I want to make sure that nothing seeps into this raft, so this is like sturdy. Nothing's going to seep into it. Right. So even if it does stop in the water, we would be able to propel it using mechanical means.
Okay.
Like a giant fan or something.
Yeah, if we had a giant fan. I don't know if I can build that onto the back in the 10 minutes that I have, but yeah, I can do that. Can I build a giant? Andy, can I build a giant fan onto it?
Yeah, yes. Aesthetically, it would serve an aesthetic purpose, but with animate objects, it doesn't necessarily increase the speed or anything.
Okay, but it has one.
Yes,
is the important part.
Just give it a crank and we can like.
I was gonna give it a crank, but I don't know. I think that might be pushing it.
Yeah, you can.
How old is the child? How capable are they of movement on?
Oh, they're like maybe 10. So.
They can walk.
Yeah,
I wouldn't expect them to fight anything.
They're definitely not going to be.
I don't know. 10-year-olds can bite pretty damn hard.
Especially where Navira is from, I guess. People emerge as fully formed, very angry adults, I think.
What do you think it's like growing up in the Hells?
Unpleasant.
Well, I mean, yes, but we're just gonna like cover up some bite marks she got from other
tiefling children. Oy.
I gave a fair few of them myself, so you know.
All right. Well, let's all get on the fan boat.
Okay. And the family has introduced themselves. The mother is named Yaska. The father is Kasim, and the girl is Bati.
Kasim?
Kasim. Cassim. Kasim.
What's the mother's name?
Yaska.
And the little girl is Cassie?
Is Bati.
Bati.
Okay.
So, in your fantasy fan boat, you start peeling your way across this swamp, you're not actually kicking up muck, but kicking up muck behind you, because technically you're flying. But
I made another character just like this. How far do we get before something horrible happens?
I mean, how far do you want to get before something horrible happens?
As far as possible towards our destination.
Like, ideally, we would like to get to our destination before something terrible happens.
Well, that's
exactly.
That's not going to be true. Okay. So as you are using the fantasy fan boat, or Marty made a terrible
The
pun.
fantasy boat.
I'm sorry, that was soup. I should have known.
Big soup. You're the best.
Love you,
Cruising
but
along.
also
We love and appreciate you, but it's a shame you can't stay.
Kick her off the street. I'm sorry, you can't watch anymore.
I can technically do that, but I would not.
not for one pun. But this isn't her first offense.
No, it's a pattern at this point. A pun turn. It's a real shame I can't stay.
Andy.
So, as you guys are going, you can see buried in the muck is their wagon. It doesn't seem to have any horses. They seem like they were cut free and ran off. But there is the wagon buried in the muck.
How buried?
Pretty buried. You'd say like 3 wheels are stuck and then one is kind of slowly stinking.
Would something like a lesser restoration work on getting out? I'm sorry, most of my spells are about fighting. I'm
I
trying to
could
help.
stone shape, like try to push a pillar up from under it.
Yeah, lesser restoration would not probably get it free. Something like freedom of movement might get it free. Any kind of vine or nature spell that could manipulate the vines, create or destroy water. That might be a long shot that anyone actually took it, but
Unfortunately, clerics don't actually get mold earth, so I'm nothing.
I could try buffing or debuffing the wagon.
oh, interesting. Okay, wagon,
How
make a strength
attached are
save.
you? How closely attached are you to your wagon?
I mean, they'll say it's not like they would like to at least get some stuff out of it, but if the wagon itself is, they also don't want to get eaten by hags. So they'll say if they could stop and get some stuff out of it, that they would be most appreciative.
Perfectly fine.
Let them through and take up defensive positions around the wagon.
The spell only lasts a minute, so I'd like to get as far away from here as possible.
What spell?
Mine lasts an hour.
Animate objects.
Animate object. I shouldn't have said that. I should have tried to pass it off as if it was an hour spell.
Yep. That's okay.
Use a crank fan.
That's
Yep.
Build a little bicycle generator.
To spin it. Okay. Close this window. Close this window. Okay. So, as they are getting their belongings from the wagon, you can hear a cackle not too far off.
Is it coming in the direction that we were coming from, or in the direction going toward?
Coming from.
just wondering if I'd be able to use like a fire spell to like rocket propel. No, that's reaching a lot.
You'd have to do a lot to... You'd have to figure out like a way to channel it and not blow yourself up. I'm not saying you couldn't, but you're going to have to do some work for it.
You just Mythbusters set a bomb off in the lake and ride the shockwave.
There you go. You just need a...
Set off the entire bog. That's a bad idea.
I have a much better idea, actually. Can I use my spiritual weapon as the fan?
God, we are full of just reach today, aren't we?
Yeah, but I like that one.
Yeah,
That is a good one.
If I cast it at a 4th level, will you let me do that?
explain to me how you want that to work. I'm not saying no, I just want you to talk about it.
So, using divine energies, I create this large rotary device, absolutely massive in scale, like as big as I can possibly make it. This bladed thing. It's bladed, so it's like a weapon almost. And I'm going to put it into a sort of large circle that has a bit of like a cage type thing on one side. And I'm going to spin it as fast as I can and concentrate really hard on it. And use my creative, crafty MacGyver dwarf magics to channel the energies to make it rotate really, really fast. So that's a centripetal force. With this, I want to say it's a very well crafted barge that I've made. Dwarven craft. I used a whole 4th level spell slot on it. So it pushes it as they're getting back in the boat with all this stuff. This spiritual weapon pushes us forward and sort of moves the boat as we're at just in time for good stuff to happen, us to not get eaten by hags.
Okay, I have to plug in my laptop. Hold, please.
Wait, did he just leave me hanging?
Yes.
Telling that
Yep.
story? Oh my god. It goes spin real
The
fast.
DM's off screen, it works.
Yes, I will let you do that.
I'm out of spell slots almost, but it's worth it.
Okay.
Oh, that's probably
That's
wise.
Jake, yeah, plenty.
So it starts spinning, and you all start zipping away. Where's my monster manual?
And I'll extend that spell for as long as I can, even if I have to cast it again. Because, unfortunately, that spell doesn't last very long either. Really don't understand how Spirit Guardians last 10 minutes, but Spiritual Weapon only lasts 1.
Because they're broke together. Okay.
Get longer lasting spells.
Okay. So you all start moving away from the cackling. However, you can now hear that the cackling is coming from 3 distinct locations.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
For the sequence that I know is about to happen, if I keep concentration on the spell, can we keep moving?
Sure.
Like, I don't... I know it's not technically how the spell works, but I'm like, if I focus real hard, am I able to extend it beyond its normal sort of... Because it's cool.
Yes. So... Okay. Tarbek, can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Am I within 10 feet of Navira?
Yes.
Awesome.
+3.
Unless you built a really big barge.
I got a natural 20.
It's luxurious. Okay.
No, Navira fell out 10 feet off in the bog.
No!
It's a bog yacht.
I don't know if anyone has a rope, but if they want to tie themselves to the raft, that's not a terrible idea. Actually, you know what? The child, I'll put a seatbelt on them.
Secure your own seatbelt before helping a child.
I don't need a seatbelt. I'm a dwarf.
He has a 22 AC. He's fine.
That's true.
I also rolled a nat 20 on my
Yes.
wisdom save.
So you succeed on your wisdom save.
What do I know what it was for?
You don't. But
Okay.
they're mad about it.
Oh, good.
I can't go any faster!
Yeah, they're real mad about it because that's their best spell.
Ooh.
And you can
Well,
hear. You can
Makes them
hear.
feel any better. They'll probably pass all my wisdom save.
You can hear them start bickering with each other throughout the swamp.
I can't believe you wasted our best spell. We only have one 6th level spell slot.
Another one says,
Well, at least I'm trying to do something. You're just letting them get away.
Good infighting. Keep that going.
Oh, shut up, Cheryl.
Cheryl, Karen.
You know what? Lo, I'm sick of it.
Hags would, like, conquer the world if they weren't arguing with each other literally all the time.
I'm going to have you guys roll initiative now.
6.
Jesus
4.
Christ, Cheryl.
5.
So, okay, they were all terrible. What were they again? 4, 6. You got 4, 5, and 6. Awesome. I thought Cheryl did bad. Okay,
Okay, don't have the best dexterity, alright?
so let's see. Oh yeah, I guess the dexterous member
I
is
am not
gone.
fast.
Yeah. Okay, so it's Carrie
The one who can actually move
and Cheryl,
was left behind.
then Navira, Kaw, Tarbek.
It was like 80% of our impulse control.
Hello. Okay. So, Shabby Cheryl gets to go first.
Her name is
That
Okay,
actually her name.
Yes.
I'm a huge fan.
You
I
got
love this. I love them
Marvelous.
already.
Shabby Cheryl, Coffin Carrie, and Lousy Low. Okay.
It's perfect. Ooh. I could not have named them better myself.
Well, thank you. Let's see. Tarbek.
Of course.
Jesus. Someone cast Thunder.
Oh dear. Do I have to make the con save?
So, you can see, one of the hags, drops from a tree branch and is, like, hanging upside down on it like a bat. And, she starts, like, hacking up a lung. And as she does, as she coughs, 4 magic missile bolts shoot out from her and hit you for a total of 12 force damage.
Ah! Alright. Fair play.
Just swat at them like mosquitoes.
Uh,
That would
It's
work
not
if
nothing.
Sonic Steel was the thing.
okay.
Look, it's like a fifth of my hit points. It's not nothing, but... You know. Tarbek tough.
You can hear the couple in the wagon scream.
Oh, good.
That
Well, I thought they got back on.
They weren't done. I assumed you were circling.
Oh, no, we're not leaving without them.
No, I didn't think you were leaving without them. Just that you were doing all that while they were still
Yeah.
getting their stuff. Okay.
Get in the fucking boat!
Navira, it is your turn.
All right. I take a swipe at that bat hanging tree hag.
Okay.
27 to hit.
No, miss. Terrible.
Fortunately, we still have a paladin with us.
Forgot about that.
Oh, damn it, they're fiends too. Okay.
Ah! Yes! In that case, I'm just gonna go ahead and hit this lady with a level 3 Divine Smite.
Okay.
So how many d8s is that?
So that
48
is
for a smite.
4, 5. So it's 5d8.
Hell yeah. Oh,
5d8.
Because
This
it's,
is good. I am
it's a
going.
fiend. Yeah.
I am going to say. I don't even know if I have enough d8 to do this. Goodness gracious.
And you also get 2d6 and then all your additions.
And then all my additions. Let's see if I can
Oh,
remember.
yes, I'm a paladin, but I want to roll dice like a rogue.
Yeah.
And
Great
I
Weapon
get
Master is for you.
I get to reroll 1s and 2s as well. Oh, phenomenal. Fantastic. I got such a great roll. So, 13, 14,
She actually coughs up a lung.
20, 27, 33, 38, 39, plus 42 points.
She hates you. She hates you as a bonus action.
And now someone has a second attack.
Oh, God.
Woohoo!
Second verse, same as the first.
Okay, that's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, yep.
God, I love being a paladin. All right, let's go. I only have 2 level 3 spell slots, so let's just go ahead and hit it with level 2 Divine Smite. So I'll just take out one of those d8. Just one. Just
Every class is one of those words you love to hear. I think for Paladin, it's Divine Smite.
roll 1s and 2s. Alrighty. So 10, 16, 21, 24, 29, 24, 25. No. That
Wait, I was gonna say, you went down at some point.
Yeah, I went down somewhere. 10, 15, 21, 24, 29, 34, 35, 38 points.
That was Cheryl's is scary. 35,
38,
38. Well,
38.
she's bloodied.
But standing.
But standing.
How standing?
Bloodied. So she's got some hit points left, but
But that's about as much as I can do.
okay.
You know, just a wee bit of damage.
Hair flip.
Nothing.
Perfect.
Kaw.
So how does Blink work in the Shadowfell?
Oh.
Let's see, blink.
I'm imagining you just back home and then you're back in the Shadowfell.
No, yeah, you can use blink to, because you can still go to the ethereal plane from the Shadowfell.
Cool, we're gonna do that.
Okay.
And then we look up how many extra dice this is. we're gonna healing word Tarbek.
Okay.
Thank you.
Roll 3 ones. That's good.
Hmm.
You gain 11 hit points back.
Yay, I'm almost back up to full. Thank you. I mean, thank you kindly.
And I'm also going to try to use my movement that I can to get towards the wagon to the screaming family. Yeah, there's probably a hag in there.
Okay. So use your movement to get closer to them. And Tarbek.
Now, the wagon, are they, like, stuck inside?
Unclear. You can't see them from where you're standing.
If I were to break part of the wagon, would that make it easier or harder for them to get out?
Probably easier.
Alright, I would like to basically move the fan blade to thwack away part of the wagon.
Okay.
And then put it back where it belongs.
Okay.
I'm going to try not to do too much crazy stuff, because I know Andy let me get away with a lot with this set.
So you roll damage for me.
And that's a 4th level, a 4th level spiritual weapon.
Okay.
So it will be... So that's actually, it does 2d8 because it's a 4th level spell slot.
Okay.
So that's 6 plus my wisdom, so that's 11 points of damage.
Okay. So you smash a hole in this wagon, and you can see indeed there is a hag in there with the 2 adults.
All right, and would I be able to use my action, or are we saying that my action would, or that in order to keep this spell extended longer than its normal duration, I have to do more than that, like use more concentration?
Sure, let's say that. I like
Okay.
that. I think that's good. I think that's fair. Okay. But you all now have line of sight on the Vistani. Or 2 of the Vistani. You can see the adults.
Oh dear.
And low.
Oh, the kid was still on the boat.
Oh, the kid is still on the boat. So you can see the 2 adults. So low will say, no, that's not how you cast spells.
By the way, Andy, if the hags make an attack, not like a spell attack, but like a melee attack, they do get +3 to their damage.
Thank you. Yes.
If they're within 10
Is that-
feet of Navira.
They're fiends, and they get my aura of hate.
Navira, does your aura protect people from being frightened?
People from being...
Frightened?
No.
Okay.
They just get +3 to saving throw.
Okay.
And my aura of hate only adds damage for fiends and undead.
Okay.
The child has protection from evil on him, right?
Yeah, the
Yes.
child has protection from evil.
So I think the child might be immune, or at least have advantage.
They're immune to being scared.
Navira, make a wisdom saving throw, please.
No, I'm actually kind of good at those. Where is my d20? 12 plus 3 is 15.
You get your own aura?
Yeah, that was my own aura. I rolled a 9.
You just succeed on her saving throw.
Fuck yeah. Just throw up a middle finger like, not
Don't
today,
you have a proficiency?
Hag.
Don't you have a proficiency of 4? You have a proficiency bonus of 4.
I do have a proficiency bonus of 4, but I have a wisdom of 9.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So they start bickering once again, and Carrie says,
You're wasting all our best spells.
and Cheryl and Lo have now turned on her.
Well, at least we're trying something.
It's Carrie's turn again. And she
Carrie.
liked magic missiles, so she's gonna do that.
Because I can do it at will. I'm wasting spell slots.
Is that on Tarbek again?
No, she's going to because Navira is in her face. She's going to magic missile Navira, and you take 15 force damage, Navira.
Ow, that hurts so much.
Okay, hurtful.
Oh, 15 damage. Huh. You know you're about to take like another 90, right?
It was only 80 last turn, actually.
It is Cheryl's turn, and she casts a spell on the adults. And they seem to fall asleep.
Oh, good.
Fun.
She can do that twice a day. Okay, good. Navira, it is your turn.
All right. Man, I don't want to waste a good spell slots on this hag, so I'll just use the level 1. Still, it's a fair amount of damage. That's a 15.
15 is a miss.
That's okay. Yeah, because I got a 26 that time.
That is a hit.
All right. Because I missed the first time, I'll go ahead and hit her with a level 2.
Okay.
Let's bring that back. Is this the right amount? 28. So it should be 3. But yeah, all right. Sure. Hell yeah. Okay. So 10, 15, 21, 28, 31, 36, 37, 40.
That will kill Carrie.
Bye, Scary Carrie.
Ew,
I chop off her head.
it was coughing. Yeah.
It's coughing.
Yeah, and just quick head flops off and starts sinking into the muck.
I grab it and tie it to my belt.
Okay.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Souvenir.
Ah, yes. Forget how metal we are?
Yeah, no, I really metal, sometimes in a literal sense.
Anything else on your turn, Navira?
I turn and hiss at the other hags.
Oh. Okay, Kaw.
Would I know if hags are shape changers or not?
Give me a quick Arcana check.
That's an 11.
Okay. You know that some hags can shapeshift. You're not sure if these are the kind of hags that can shapeshift, but some of them can.
Okay, in that case, we're gonna try it anyway. I need the one in the wagon to make me a wisdom saving throw, and if they are a shape changer, they automatically succeed.
It does say if they're a shape changer.
I think
Yes.
shape change is a subtype, right?
Yeah. So let me check something real fast. Let me look at a lycanthrope as an example. Okay. They can change shape. They are not shape changers, so she will not automatically succeed. But she rolls on a wisdom save a 17.
Well, I tried.
Okay. And you said you did cast blink, right? Yeah, you blinking? You blunked?
Yeah, I blunked.
You're blunked? Okay. Tarbek.
All right. Taking my big spinny fan blade.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take my action. Could I lift the parents into the boat?
Sure.
I don't know if it'll provoke an attack of opportunity from the hag, but
She does not hit you, so not even close.
okay, I'm gonna get the parents into the boat.
Okay.
And I'm okay with using that as my action.
Okay.
Did she actually try to hit me?
Oh, she did, but she rolled a 3. And she gets to add a decent amount to it, but you have an armor class of like 22, so
I love hearing that.
so she just kind of okay. Lousy Low will screech because Carrie's dead, and she'll wail, "Run away!" And she will pull out a little black crystal and wave her hand over it, and she will fade from sight. Kaw, you can still see her because she has entered the ethereal plane. And she will look over and go, "Oh, shit."
God, there's more of them.
That's Low's turn. It is Cheryl's turn.
Can't escape Task Force Unlikely.
She'll say, she'll also scream, "Run away!" She can't enter the ethereal plane because she doesn't have her heartstone. So she will instead... Coven's dead. She can't cast any Coven spells. So she will cast Plane Shift on herself. And bamf out of here.
Bye-bye.
I hold out her sister's head as she leaves.
I never liked her anyway. Goodbye. I'll form a new coven. I'll be in charge.
Find them too.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So, okay. So,
Navira will appear in the nightmare of these.
it is Navira's turn. You have no visible targets, Navira, so what would you like to do?
Give me a second.
Yeah. You can hold your turn until after Kaw goes, although you may not necessarily know that Kaw can help you.
I mean, there's really not a whole lot that I can do. Like, Navira is definitely a character that is geared towards hitting just as hard as you possibly can and doing literally nothing else. So, until someone drops dead, there's really not a whole lot I can do. So I guess I'll just hold my turn until Kaw does something.
Kaw.
So from in the ethereal plane, Kaw's just gonna point at the hag and cast Dispel Magic.
Okay.
Pop
Okay.
her back into normal space.
Yeah, so she will pop back into the Shadowfell, and she'll kind of fumble with her little magic rock, and but she's just standing waist deep in the muck, and it's Tarbek's turn.
And I unblunked.
Oh, and you unblunked. Okay.
The fan blade just right up in her face.
Okay.
I gotta make an attack for that. That is I think that's a 21.
Is a hit.
Yeah.
Good armor class, not that good though.
And I need another D8. That is 15 points of damage.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm assuming I'm gonna try to stick to my own rule of I can't cast any other spells as long as I'm sort of maintaining this thing.
Okay.
Because I am kind of breaking the rules of D&D.
She will say,
Okay. Wait, let's everybody cool out. Okay.
You're going to sacrifice a family!
No.
Can I take my turn now?
sure.
Oh, this hag's having a bad day.
21 to hit.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Alright, level 2. Divine Smite, bitch, go. Ooh, I got a lot to reroll there. Alright, let's see. We got 2, 8, 13, 21, 28, 31, 37 points damage.
Okay, cool.
Second attack. That's a nat 20.
Blah, 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 blah. Roll every dice ever made.
You can get up to like 10d8 with this one.
Yeah, I'm only going to use a level 1 spell slot because this is assuredly going to kill her. Alright.
Yeah, between the fan blade and the... Oh my.
Good lord, yes! Yes! Alright. So that 24, 20, 24, 29, plus, okay, 32, 38, plus,
She rolled them all again.
God, oh my god. 16, 22, 28, 29. So that's 238. So that is a total of 76 points of damage.
I remember my first crit divine smite.
No. Wait, I can help.
Just starts vomiting and dying and bleeding all over the place.
No way.
I like to imagine
Die.
it simultaneously cuts off her head and turns it around so none of the vomit gets on it.
Do you want her head as well?
Yes.
Well, you got 2 out of 3 hag heads.
That's a pretty good score. Like the optional side quest bar just ding.
Okay. So,
So good. Can't stop smiling.
and the end of that fight is where we will wrap up this episode. So, outros and plugs. Daniel.
Hi, I'm Daniel. My first crit divine smite was on a vampire spawn in Curse of Strahd. I got him down in one turn. You can catch me every other Sunday, where I play Curse of Strahd, and you can catch me here every other Wednesday, and every first Monday of every where we go to space. Pew pew pew.
Liz isn't here.
Also follow my Twitter.
Liz isn't here, but you can follow her on Twitter at Liz Horan if you'd like. You don't have to, though. Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay. You can find me here and also on Twitter if you would like. I've never had a crit Divine Smite, but I did have a crit Rage attack once, if you want to go back through Homebrewed episode.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I powdered a skeleton with that.
I think you did. That's right. And Mira.
Hello, my name is 76 points of damage.
Sorry.
If you want to know what I'll be doing in the next couple of days, it is going back through this episode and calculate exactly how much damage I did. Holy shit, I'm riding high.
It's a lot.
You can follow me on Twitter, on Instagram at Birds and Nerds. I'm actually moving in the next couple of days, so probably no. I might make comics of the misery of moving. If you want to see that.
Make a comic of the crit Divine Smite. Just that moment, though.
I'm Andy Hatton at Andy Hatton on Twitter. Next week on Monday is Call of Cthulhu, which is totally recorded live. But if it weren't recorded live, I would tell you it's a very good and very funny episode, which is probably not what Call of Cthulhu is supposed to be, but who cares because it's hysterical. And then next Wednesday is Star Chasers. This is the problem with Manchun. So, that's it. Have a great night, everybody. Be a paladin so you can liquefy night hags.
And collect their heads as trophies.
And collect their heads. Oh, wrong mouse. That's why nothing's happening.